In this video we're going to be fixing a Vauxhall Corsa E. We're going to be looking at the rear door lock that is not working. So the problem is if I close the door, lock everything, boot won't open, front door's locked, but the rear door still opens. Now I suspect inside the wiring loom that goes between the door and the chassis, the wires have cracked. We had a similar issue on the boot. Last time round, this bit here, we replaced the whole harness through there into the tailgate. I suspect it's the same problem we're having on the door. So maybe once it gets to 9 years old or so, all of the wiring, certainly where it flexes, starts to break. So I'm going to fix this one, and then I imagine we perhaps have to do the same for the other doors. Right, let's get the kids' car seats out. Number one. Oh, give us some room to work in there. Wow, that needs cleaning. That's not too bad actually in here. It's normally absolutely filthy when we take them car seats out. Right, first job, we need to get this plug out. Push it in. And the plug pulls out. There we go. Just like that. Next, we need to get this plastic off. There we go. That just comes off there. That means, yeah, that's right. Pull this back and see the wire. There we go, straight away. You have a broken wire right there. Thankfully, they're all different colours, so. Or at least we don't have to, if there's more than one broke, at least we know which one goes to which. Thankfully, there seems to be a little bit slack in there. If you can pull the wires through a little bit and push this this flexible rubber bit back, and then it exposes some of the wire, so at least we've got some room to work. You can see this grey wire is completely snapped, and it looks like this brown one here. I'm assuming the brown is live, grey one neutral probably, but that looks like that one's about to snap as well. So I think what we need to do is strip the wire back, connect it together, solder it up, and plug it all back in. I think that'll do us for the time being. For the tailgate job, I replaced the harness completely. It seemed sensible to do that, and in this case I would love to replace the harness completely, but I'm pretty sure this is part of some bigger loom that goes all through the car, which is just going to be way too big of a job for me to do. I'm not a mechanic. I just like having a go at fixing stuff myself before having to rely on the experts. Especially simple jobs like this just needs a little bit of soldering. May as well do it ourselves and save a few pounds, especially these days. Okay, I'm not sure on the best way of connecting these wires together, so I've got some crimp connectors, but these are too big, so I can do like a butt splice, so one wire in there, one wire in there, and then crimp it down, but that's going to be way too big, certainly not bendy, so I don't think that's going to work. So I'm thinking probably I've got some really nice shrink tube in here, so possibly solder it together and then shrink wrap it with a bit of this. These are lovely. These, what are they? Wire-free? But these have like an adhesive inside them, so as they melt, they create like a waterproof shield and everything, and also makes the joint a lot sturdier. So I think soldering is the way to go. I can't think of a better way of doing it just at the moment, other than replacing the whole wires to the cable, but that's going to be a bigger job. Okay, let's get started. All right, so I've tried for a good while now to try and de-pin this connector, but I can't figure it out. I can't find anything online telling me how they're actually connected in. So I think at some point I'll have to buy a de-pinning kit. Might be useful for the future. So I'm having to do it in place, which is not great, and I'm having to solder it, which again is not great, but I think for what we're doing here, I think it will work. So, nice hot soldering iron. Lots of flux. Get that all soldered together. Right, so on here, I've got some sleeving there that I'll put on first. Make sure you put that on first. The amount of times that I've forgotten to do that and then I've had to cut it, and yeah, just make sure you put the sleeving on first. Push that all the way out of the way, because obviously you don't want it to heat up because it'll shrink. So shrink tubing, I should say. So now we just need to pull the shrink tubing down. Next we need a heat gun. Well, this on a cooler setting. I'm a bit nervous because obviously there's all this plastic and rubber and everything else around that I don't want to melt. And that's it, I think. I need to persuade the cables to get back into the car chassis. There we go. We can put on rubber conduit. That's on there. Oh yes, a couple of little notches I see. There's a couple of little notches on this bit. As long as you get the notches in left and right, then that should clip on. Ah, there we go. There we go. Just had to twist it around a little bit further. And that went in quite easy, so you don't have to force it. It just goes in quite easy once you get it the right way around. Right, let's give this a test. Lock. Woohoo! Doors are locked. Open. Yes! Ha ha! Winner, winner. Chicken dinner. Locked. Locked. Open. Open. Awesome. Right. It's another trip to the garage saved. Probably another 200 quid saved. It's a simple job. Like I say, if I had a choice, I'd replace the whole wiring harness, but I suspect that's going to be quite a big job. And I also suspect that now I've done this one, I imagine the other doors at some point soon are going to go as well. So I'm not going to change those now. I'll wait till they fail and then we can handle that. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one.